And for more perspective on this order, we're joined live now by cybersecurity business leader Jessica Hetrick with Optiv and ClearShark. And Jessica, you have worked for several federal intelligence agencies and Fortune 200 organizations focusing on improving national security. So we appreciate your time and your perspective here. So let's start with how you think this directive by President Biden on AI is going to help the U.S. military, our intelligence agencies stay out front of our rivals in the race to develop new AI technology.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
Artificial intelligence is technology that enables machines to learn from experience, from different data sets, from inputs, and perform cognitive functions, executing tasks that resemble human capabilities. These new guidelines definitely take steps in the right direction to not only allowing our government to leverage the power of AI, but drive us forward in technology the way that these other nations are going to. And so outside of just this directive to use AI, the new guidelines very clearly identifies the need to advance consensus and governance around AI by collaborating with our allies and our partners. We must determine how to use AI as safely as possible to support the mission to remain competitive. And it's going to continue to influence every area of human life. Just for background for everyone, AI it ties to facial recognition. It ties to the self-driving cars that you're now seeing around the city. It also supports automated weaponry and robots, and it's truly going to shape our future. And so
step back and put this all in context here. What are the national security risks of the United States failing to take advantage of the latest AI technology?
Yeah, I think the risks truly are that we miss an opportunity. And it's not, I actually believe that we wouldn't ever miss the opportunity in full because it's already so ingratiated in our lives on a daily basis. But we would miss the opportunity to capitalize and build new capabilities, really reshaping how we do logistics or planning, how we create new use cases to enhance offenses and defenses, accelerate operations, perform analysis. The list kind of goes on in terms of the pros that we would potentially be missing out on. But with every pro, it's important to know that there are a lot of cons too, and AI can be leveraged for malicious activities as well. And so balancing those two things is going to be increasingly challenging. And so we, broadly, organizations as a whole, agencies, must do everything that we can to educate ourselves through AI literacy, to understand how AI is an enabler, but also how it can be a burden, a hindrance, or even a threat.
Yeah, and that's another aspect, obviously, of this directive is, directing the U.S. government agencies to implement some appropriate safeguards around AI technology as we work toward these national security objectives. So what kind of guardrails are we likely to see being put in place for government agencies in terms of how they can use AI to get ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of different safeguards that are available. And so I'll just hit on a few of the highlights. I think the first is really establishing ethical and responsible usage guidelines for AI. It's going to be important for every agency to define ethical use and compliance. Some agencies have already gone as far as defining their principles. DHS is out there already in the market, very clearly outlining how AI can be used. It's also important to avoid using confidential data or anything that could reveal too much information when leveraging AI technology. It's kind of interesting that because of how AI works and how it learns, you have to balance transparency with confidentiality, implementing data masking, redacting specific fields, shuffling data, replacing names. That's all crucial because AI will learn as it goes. It is learning as it's working right now. Yeah. And so there's also an opportunity to balance a lot of partnerships with technology providers that are mindful of how to assess data privacy and security measures. Additional safeguards are going to include understanding that we have to safeguard the system, but also the people who are used to develop, use, or control the systems as well, because human misconduct can be just as much of a threat as the technology itself. So clear processes and rules need to be outlined on how to handle AI within any company, let alone with any of our national security programs. AI systems have to be regularly checked to make sure that we're identifying any weak points. It has to be tested, yet another opportunity for public-private partnerships. And then I would say, most importantly, I'm a cybersecurity expert. It's always important to call out. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And so we have to also drive the same level of awareness around AI, and making sure that people know what AI is, how it can be leveraged for good and bad is also crucial.
Yeah. Finally, as we wrap up, I mean, this order here from the Biden administration also is directing federal government agencies to really improve the security of the computer chips, the powerful chips that we know are powering AI technology, and to support AI developers to protect the inventions, make sure that what they're creating remains secure. Can you talk about why that is so important?
Yes, absolutely. So, the supply chain security is a hot topic, not just in the federal space, but as well in the private space. Supply chain management, supply chain risk management overall is a crucial security process that's going to impact a lot of compliance going forward. We're seeing that with CMMC working it's a cybersecurity maturity model certification process that's coming out from the government. We're seeing a lot of compliance and regulation around the supply chain, and the supply chain chip management in this case tied to this national security memorandum goes that far to say we need to very specifically protect this type of technology. And I think we will continue to see that as technology evolves, as AI evolves, and really how we use our technology every day.
All right, really appreciate your perspective on these important issues. Jessica Hetrick is with Optiv and Clear Shark. Jessica, thank you for taking the time today.